Conor here. Very exciting day. We've had 24 others of these where we tell you what book we're going to be reading next. This is book 25, and Mike, it's always exciting just because we don't know what we're going to, like, in 2 months' time. Like, what crazy things are we just going to take for granted that we've brainwormed into, you know, all of our listeners as well as ourselves?
Yeah, like, at that point, will I be sort of skipping and whistling and telling everyone, have you heard about this cool new book? Or will I be throwing a rope over a beam and going, guys, I don't think it's worth it anymore. Yeah, so it's always an exciting time.
Very exciting.
And, you know, so many ropes over so many beams. And I've never gone through with it. Dang it.
Yeah, it's a nice little collection, though. You've got 24. You got your rope room.
Yes,
you show people into there. Like, this is the one after I first, when Willow became the floor, I threw that up there. When the bucket first made its appearance, I tossed a rope. So,
and you know, my wife is always like, do we really have to move to a place just so that it has a rope room? And I'm like, yes, we do, because of the podcast. Yes. I have to have, you can't.
And you know what? There's a rope for you now, too. So,
yes.
There's 26.
So, no, it's obviously very exciting. It's filled with expectations. Rope or whistling and skipping. That's my rating system.
How many whistling and skippings have you had out there? There's been ones. There's been times where you've been enthusiastic about sharing a passage with Bridget versus sharing her one you know is going to irritate her.
Yeah, you remember the time that I put on the short pants and I whistled. I put on my flat cap and I rolled a steel wheel down the street and whistled and said, "Hey, Mr. Rogers," and he, you know, "Hey, Mike, good day." And I said, "I'll tell you about that book later, sir." You remember that?
Yes, and then he went on whistling, too. He was arranging his green grocer stand.
Yes. Mm-hmm. He was a costermonger who I knew in the neighborhood. Yes, of course.
Well, we do have a book to tell you about, but as we like to do here, we're going to draw it out a little bit, and maybe you can pick up with where it's going. But I have a quiz for you.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, we like this.
Ready.
It's sort of a real or fanfic-y type of thing. And you probably were maybe right in the market for this type of thing, because your kids were probably right at the age where they hadn't learned any better. But remember in the like mid to late 90s where Disney started making these like direct-to-video sequels to all of the popular animated movies?
Yeah, what was the first of them?
The first one I think that I can remember is they made an Aladdin 2 where obviously they couldn't get Robin Williams, so they had Dan Castellaneta, Homer Simpson, voice the genie.
Yeah, okay, yes. My kids did not get any of those, but I do remember the time.
You were probably shielding eyes or pulling the plug out of the TV when the commercials came on, because they were pretty much everywhere. But I think I was a little, I was like, nah, it's not going to be good.
Sure.
You just knew it, even as a 13-year-old.
Sure.
Well, I have a quiz of some of these because I started thinking about them, and having never seen any of them, a lot of them are pretty nuts. So I did a real or fanfic quiz of some of these 90s / early aughts, direct to VHS and probably DVD at some point in time, Disney sequels.
Okay. All right. Did you ever do the quiz? This is just for the Patreon people. 80 for Brady.
Oh, I did. Do you want me to call that up? We can talk about it now.
Yeah. Like, how did you do?
I
just want to know how you did.
Well, it wasn't super fair because I had seen the trailer for 80 for Brady, and we had discussed real Brady for Brady. So I did this. I didn't get. I thought that Jane Fonda did make out with Rob Corddry.
Okay, yeah.
She made out with Harry Hamlin. That was
I know it was like a trick, but
I thought.
Are you paying attention to 80 for Brady? Was my.
I thought it was fake that one of the ladies wrote erotic Gronk fan fiction because that's a real life thing.
Yeah,
like
that's
that, but
a total thing. Yes.
See, she does in the movie, so that was tricky. Stoned on edibles, I believe that was in the trailer. So I knew that. Mm-hmm. False, I said they do burlesque to pay for tickets. I just said, thank you, God, that was fake. Tom Brady listed as a producer. I think I must have read that it was true, and he's in the movie, so I got that. So I missed 4 out of 11. The other ones I missed were Lily Tomlin reveals she's a mechanic and fixes the car.
Not bad, right? As a realer
That's
fanfic.
pretty good. And Guy Fieri plays multiple roles. I knew he was in it, but I did multiple roles. Like, really?
He played many roles in it. Yes,
like Eddie Murphy or Sacha Baron Cohen. Like, how? And one of them was himself.
it was mostly himself. It was kind of a lot of digital replacement, but he did play multiple roles, so it wasn't a lie.
Anyway,
Right.
well,
All right, okay,
yeah,
I'm
the rest
ready.
are all things we had discussed. So yeah, 4 out of 11, so below your 55
Right,
percent
right.
average. We'll see how you do on this one. I don't know if this is canon or not, but so here's the first one, Bambi 2. So these are all movies that did have direct-to-video sequels, but
Okay.
is this the plot of them? I guess.
Sure.
Bambi gets into a fight over a girl at a groundhog ceremony. Hunters impersonate Bambi's dead mom to lure him into a trap. Bambi gets into 2 more fights and then kicks a dog off a cliff.
Well, I mean, coming out of the gate strong, I mean, I guess I'd have to say that that's real.
Okay, wow. That's the bar we have here now.
Well, otherwise, what are we doing here?
Fox and the Hound 2.
Okay.
One of the
Never
saddest.
saw the first one, by the way.
Oh, a tearjerker. Just
Never saw Bambi either, to tell
Wow,
you the truth.
brother.
But,
Yeah, also a tearjerker. Lauren famously was babysitting kids, and they watched Fox and the Hound, and she wept.
Wow.
Fox and the Hound 2. Copper the dog joins a bluegrass band that is about to audition at the Grand Ole Opry. He has to lie about being a stray to get in, but then Todd the Fox spills the beans and gets him kicked out of the band. They have to track down the talent scout at the restaurant to get the dog band a new audition.
Holy cow. Boy, I'm going blind here. I'm going to say that's real as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 3, Hunchback of Notre Dame. Quasimodo and the gargoyles accidentally crack the bell with a baguette, the bell of the cathedral. They hitch aboard a wagon to visit the master bell maker, who makes them do chores but never seems to work on the bell. Finally, they are about to give up when they hear the bell in the distance. It turned out the town had it repaired and is just relieved that Quasimodo is all right.
What? This is, they cracked it with a baguette?
I haven't seen these. I've just read the descriptions or made them up. So
With a bread baguette?
they get pretty stale after a day or two.
I guess. I just seem so French. And they didn't burn the cathedral down, hey?
No, not yet. That may be in part 3.
All right, well, I'll say that that's fanfic. That's you making it up. Because you think that baguettes can crack bells.
You do know that the Notre Dame fire happened as I was arriving in Nashville for a Riff Tracks trip, and a joke I made nearly caused my cousin to leave the family group chat.
I remember. What was the joke?
It was about like Notre Dame athletics. I said that usually takes like till the conference finals for Notre Dame to go up in flames like this or something like that. And he's from Paris, and he took offense. It was all good. And my cousin also made a joke that he apologized. And I said, I had a hunch you would walk that back. And,
Oh, boy.
all is good now. Here's number 4, Beauty and the Beast.
Okay.
Belle and the Beast get into a fight because the Beast is sweating too much. The Candle is accused by his girlfriend of having an affair with Belle. Beast gets enraged when Belle cares for an injured bird, and then there's a bake-off.
That can't be true, so I'm going to say fanfic. That's another one I have not seen.
Wow.
How do you like that?
Impressive. You were really in the middle of taking care of young boys when these were...
No, I think there should be the YouTube channel of Mike Nelson watches Disney for the first time. I think that the time is ripe for that.
Please post the thumbnail images of what that would be like. Your hand to your cheek with the thing of the Candle and Beauty and the Beast.
Yes.
Number 5, Lady and the Tramp. In a reversal of roles, the boy puppy loves to be groomed and go to dog shows, but Lady Jr. sneaks out without her collar on to hang out at the dump. She has a change of heart when the junkyard dogs all make fun of Tramp Jr. and snarls at the other dogs, which causes the dump owner to call the dog catcher and have her hauled to the pound. Tramp Jr. must win over the junkyard dogs to rescue her.
There's a dump involved. I'm assuming that Nick Nolte was a voiceover.
Of course, yes. Junkyard Dog number 2.
What are you headed down this way for?
That's a nice studded collar there, Tramp Jr.
Why don't you hand that right over, because I got a gun pointed at you. I'm going to say that is real.
Okay. Oliver and Company 2.
I've never seen Lady and the Tramp, and is Oliver and Company. What is that?
Oliver and Company was like late 80s, early 90s Oliver Twist that Billy Joel famously voiced and did music for.
Wow.
I think it's like when they started, Little Mermaid came along, and I think was the revival of Disney. I think this is like in that nadir where it was like,
oh dear,
people weren't seeing these.
This is the SNL with all those people who that person was on SNL.
Yep, the Robert Downey Jr. years.
Okay.
The Great Mouse Detective, Rescuers Down Under.
Wow. All right.
Oh, okay, yeah. Tito the Chihuahua, voiced by Cheech Marin, hits it big when he lands an endorsement deal for a Mexican restaurant. The rest of the gang moves to L.A. with him, sleeping behind the Hollywood sign. Oliver auditions for cat food commercials. Dodger works as the mascot for the Dodgers. Jackson Brown does music.
All right, I think I'm gonna double down on this. That's fanfic. I think that's the story of Beverly Hills Chihuahua.
It might be.
Right?
It might be.
All right. Okay.
Probably less catchy music, though, if Jackson Brown is doing it. The Lion King 1 1/2.
Wow. Is that real?
Timon and Pumbaa sit in silhouettes and crack jokes while watching the original Lion King movie.
Oh, no. No.
Fanfic?
Yeah, fanfic.
Okay. Emperor's New Groove 2. I watched this one like late at night once in college. I don't remember a thing about it. Cusco tells a story about Kronk, who is the head delivery boy of Mudka's Meat Hut. He flashes back to a scheme where he and Yuzma sold sewer slime as youth potion so that he can evict old people from a retirement home so he can buy the land. He also works as a camp counselor at Camp Chipamunk.
All right, is this the one that originally starred David Spade?
Yes, and I think he turned into a llama.
Okay. I think this is one that didn't they have a documentary about how that one was supposed to be good and somehow it turned out to be whatever
really?
the hell. There's one of those, where like the director and his vision or something.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to just say that's real. Why not?
Okay. Camp Chipamunk, that might have been the Daddy Day Camp. Speaking of beloved aughts, Beverly Hills Chihuahua-esque movies. Tarzan 2. The forest is facing destruction at the hands of a logging operation. Tarzan and the apes act as eco-terrorists to sabotage the machinery. When it turns out the foreman is a forelady, Tarzan is smitten and must choose between the apes and his new love. Subplot where Prolo the elephant and Baba the zebra learn to skateboard.
I'm going to say that's fanfic only because, one man's eco-terrorist is another man's freedom fighter. So I'm going to say that's fanfic.
And I should add, these are all summaries that I wrote, if they are real, from the description. So I could be editorializing.
Yeah, these are not cut and pasted from a...
Wikipedia wasn't that much better, really. But
Right.
All right, and here's the last one, 101 Dalmatians 2. The Dalmatians find all other living things beside dogs cannot be awakened. The dogs are able to communicate via thought waves. They start watching the sky for a message from Sirius, the dog star, and the message they receive is a disturbing proposition, one that might forever destroy their status as man's best friend.
I think that's true.
Okay.
I have some vague recollection that I've never seen it. I don't know, somewhere maybe I heard of it. So if I'm right on that one, at least give me only half a point.
Okay. All right. Let's see how you did. I think you did pretty well, actually, all things considered. Bambi getting into a fight at the groundhog ceremony. You said real. That was real. Fox and the Hound 2, he joins essentially the Country Dog Jamboree to perform at the Grand Ole Opry. You said real. That is real.
Wow.
Hunchback of Notre Dame, cracking the bell with a baguette. That was, you said fanfic. That was fanfic. I think that I just was sort of getting tired of this exercise and didn't put my finest effort into that one. Beauty and the Beast. This was Beast sweats too much. A girl Candle has an affair with Belle. You said fanfic. That's real.
What the? He sweats too much?
This is
kids.
It didn't sound very good. I'd like to see how the affair accusation goes down, though. That's Lady and the Tramp. All the reversal of roles. Junkyard Dogs. You said real. That was fanfic.
Oh, okay, nice.
So 3 for 5. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 3 for 5. Oliver and Company 2. You said fanfic. That is fanfic. Okay. Cheech Marin does voice Tito the Chihuahua, but I do not believe Oliver and Company even warranted a direct-to-video sequel. That's how that one went. Lion King 1.5. Six and Silhouettes. You said fanfic. That is real. That seems like a bizarre little exercise.
Wow.
Some weird meta thing for the kids with the. And the Wikipedia page acknowledges Mystery Science Theater. So what is that? 4 for 7. Emperor's New Groove. You said real. All that was real. Kronk and Yuza and sewer slime to old people. Sounds pretty nuts. Tarzan 2, eco-terrorism and skateboarding. You said fanfic. That was also fanfic.
Okay.
And then bringing us to the actual point of this exercise, the Dalmatians, every other human has slipped into a coma, and then they wait for disturbing messages from the dog star. It's a half point. It's correct. You said real, but it's not the direct-to-video sequel to 101 Dalmatians. It's the book sequel, the Starlight Barking, from 1967, that is the sequel to 101 Dalmatians. That is what we're covering next on here.
Yes, we bring it home.
It sounds like a pretty nuts endeavor here. The 101 Dalmatians is, of course, just a woman wants to make fur coats out of the Dalmatians, and the guys try to stop her. And then it seems like it goes off the rails a bit in the sequel.
But before we get to the book, can you just quickly read the titles, and I'll tell you whether I've seen the Disney movie, which I don't know what people will think of me.
Okay.
Because everyone's seen every Disney movie, right?
Yeah, for the most part.
Okay. Go down the list. Most of them we. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, all of them, or just these ones we just covered?
No, just the ones we just. Not every.
So Bambi, no.
No.
Fox and the Hound, no.
No.
Hunchback of Notre Dame,
no.
No. Beauty and the Beast.
I think a friend made me see it, so yes.
Lady and the Tramp.
No.
Oliver and Company.
No.
Lion King.
Yes.
Okay. Emperor's New Groove.
I think so.
Okay. 3. Tarzan.
No.
With the Phil Collins songs.
No.
And then 101 Dalmatians.
No.
So I think that's 3. One of which is Emperor's New Groove, surprisingly. All right.
I just haven't seen many of them, but I'm excited about this book.
Yeah, we might have to do watch the 101 Dalmatians to get caught up. It's it was recommended by a listener who all have their information is KTM a long time ago, but it's from 1967, which is 11 years after the original book, and it's by the author is I don't even have as a note, Dodie something. But
he's the author of Gump and Company, I'm assuming.
Yeah, Dodie Smith, who she wrote other books that are seemingly acclaimed or not insane, but this one sounds pretty nuts. I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. It's a slider book. It's probably like a 3-episode Edison length, but it's probably good for a children's book where everyone might die if the dogs can't save them.
I'm going to advance the theory, knowing nothing about it, that it was written by either Truman Capote or Ernest Cline. I'm just going to go into it strong and hard with that, and then I'm going to make my theory fit the facts.
Yeah, well, I mean, it has that aspect of Ready Player 2 is everyone is going to die unless these people can get, rescue the Gunt or whatever. But in this case, it's getting in touch with the Dog Star. So
the Twilight Bark is that
Twilight Barking?
Yeah,
it's also got a crazy title. So
isn't the meet? I was thinking about the meet cute, and this came up because I don't know why, but I don't know. It was some stupid movie came on, and I once had an editor who told me in my book, like, you need a better meet cute, and I'd never heard that before, and so I looked it up, and I think that in 101 Dalmatians, that's one of the first, like, two leashes getting tangled. Is like, that's the cliche, right, of a meet cute. There's nothing, otherwise it's, coffee container and spilling on the other person, or, like insulting someone, or what. But anyway, that meet cute is the meet cute. Like, you want to know what a meet cute is? Just look at 101 Dalmatians.
Oh, man, yeah, I can picture it. I should also correct ourselves. The book is called The Starlight Barking. That is,
I was going to say it's
important. That would be too nice a coincidence. But will there be meet cutes? I don't know, because every human has slipped into a coma. So
the stakes are high. Like, you got to admit, that's a good story out of the gate. Like, every human has slipped into a coma.
It does have these sort of, mommy. Like, what are they going to? I mean, he's not like the first. Cruella de Vil was pretty scary, as I recall. Like, if you look up the pictures of her, she looks like absolutely insane. So that might not have been for children. And she wanted to make them into coats, right? She wanted to skin the puppies.
Yes.
Okay.
And she had two thugs who were going to, I assume, were going to do it for her, unless she got down and dirty, to do it. Yeah. But I always thought that Lady Elaine Fairchild should have played her.
Oh, wow.
Which I assume she's an actress, right? That's not a puppet. She should have. I can do this.
Yeah, get me my fur coat. I think she smoked a long, cigarette holder thing too. Isn't that her famous thing? Lady Elaine would definitely have, smoking unfiltered Camels through that thing.
Yeah, Lady Elaine was like doing the, I don't know. You're probably too young to remember cigarette machines, where you pump in the coins and then you pull the big plunger thing.
Oh,
and a pack of cigarettes would come down. And then the person would take the cigarettes and tamp them on their arm. Yeah. That slapping. Like, God, that is hardcore. That's what Lady Elaine Fairchild would do. Wear a T-shirt with a pack of cigs rolled up in the sleeve. Yes. Like, all right, let's get this going, boys.
Those are not good for you. Meow, 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 Lady Elaine.
Piss off,
Daniel.
What you can do.
Yeah. Lady Elaine Fairchild as Cruella de Vil in The Starlight Barking. It should be pretty great. I mean, it doesn't have insanely bad ratings, but the person who recommended it, I think, knows what we're going for here, and the synopsis is pretty on point. So I think it's worth taking a risk on.
How many words are we looking at here?
Oh, it was like 35K.
Oh, okay.
It's a short read.
Sure.
So even if not, but I think there's even an illustrated version of it out there. So it's we'll get to see some of these crazy scenes.
It should be fun to get into the, why did this person write this? Why was it so long after? Who was forcing this? Who came up with the idea to do this? Like the Gump and Company thing. Like, what is going on here?
Right, because we know
the
that
theory at the end of it is he was just flipping the double birds to his,
Yeah, because this is, the timeline is original book 1956, movie 1961, and then this book 6 years later. So there, I assume that was a successful movie and popular. So whether she was going to cash in or whether she got screwed by the deal and is doing the same thing, it'll be interesting to figure out, because I didn't want to read a ton about it and spoil any surprises going into it.
Right, yeah, good. All right, well, we'll uncover that as well.
Great. Join us for the ride, people. Thank you to everyone who backs the podcast, and we'll see how the Starlight, not Twilight Barking, goes with our first episode coming soon.
Oh, and also I noticed just to shout out to the Patreon people, thank you again for signing up for it. Someone asked, Don't I have one more fire story?
There was a trilogy promised, wasn't there?
It's a Stephen King story. This is a true story that puts a cap on the two fires.
Wow.
So we'll do that soon as well. Isn't that a good teaser? That's a
very good tease. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you, everyone. And what's the name? What's the title again? One more time.
The Starlight Barking.
Okay.
Like Starlight Express, but with they bark all their lines.
Okay. But all the dogs wearing roller skates. Okay. All right. So long, everyone.
Bye.